ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यभिमः योगीव यस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ आत्मा तर्हि कः सच्चिदानन्दस्वरूपः सत्किं कालत्रयेऽपि तिष्ठति इति सत्. So Atma is Satchidananda Swarupaha. Negations are over. All the negations. Negations of the bodies, negations of the states of experiences, negation of koshas, the shits. Or that is also, they are layers of experiences, but basically they are all mistakes. Since they are mistakes means you take the body as a self, well, that's a mistake. And therefore, that is to be negated. And so it has been negated now. And then now says, what is Atma ultimately? Tarhi, Atma Tarhika means then what is Atma? Okay, tell me now what is the Atma as such? What is the nature of Atma? Satchidananda Swarupaha, well, it's a pure existence. It's existence, consciousness and fullness. Ananda means a fullness. And in that also, what is existence? What is Sat? Kalatrayepi tishtati iti Sat. Sat Kalatrayepi tishtati. We say Kalatraya means 3 periods of time, past, present and future, which exist in all the 3 periods of time. That is Sat. That is Atma basically. Exist in all the 3 periods of time, only one entity in the creation, and that is the observer. The observer of the creation basically stays in its nature. Well, it stays in all the 3 periods of time, but rest everything goes. Everything goes. And in fact, this Kalatraya itself, why you are saying like that? Because Kalatraya itself is a projection. Whole time is a myth. Past, present, future is a myth basically. Because I have given you the example of a creation. Let's say birth. And what is born is then sustained. And then it is gone. 3 things are there, right? So born, like let's take this body right now. My body. Well, it was born, past. It is sustained right now. It will go in future. So it is sustained right now, present. It will go in future. It will die in future. So it is the future. So, but basically, the moment the body is born, it is all the time the going to the death. No, Swamiji, it is growing. Death means, please understand, death means not like this. Death means the particular moment, whatever the body was there, the next moment body is changed. So the previous state is gone. Right? What is born? A body, every moment, the new body is born, frankly speaking. And that is gone. Then again, at that moment, something is born, gone. Then where is sustenance? Born, gone. Where is sustenance? Where is present? And that's a very big thing. It's so we feel the time itself is every moment is born, new moment is born and that is gone, new moment is born and gone, and still we are going to analyze that. No, Swamiji, that moment is that moment. Swamiji, that moment that is sustained. That moment. Okay, we'll decide it later. But born, gone, born, gone, born, gone. No sustains, no present. But in fact, we talk only in present. We everything in talk, we in present. You talk about past also in present, right? You talk about past in present. You cannot. No, Swamiji, I'm going back to 25 years. I'm going back to 25. I'm 25 years. I'm going back. I'm giving you the story of which was happened in 25 years ago. But sir, right now you are thinking, you are presently thinking of the past. Therefore, basically you cannot think of past unless you are in the present. And you cannot think of future also unless you are in the present. So this is, so you think of past in present. Nobody thought of a past in the past. Nobody can think of future in the future. And therefore, even if you go back like this for a past, etc., you are thinking in present only. So you think of present in present, you think of past in present, you think of future in present, and therefore, the present is the truth of time, momentarily. Out of Kalatraya, out of 3 periods of time, now we have come down to the present. And very beautifully said, what is time in present? They say, Bhutam bhavishyatcha bhavat svakale, Tatvartamanasya vihaya tattvam, Hasyana kim syat gatabhavi charcha, Vinaika sankhyaam gananaiva loke. Bhutam bhavishyatcha bhavatcha svakale. Bhutam, past, bhavishyat, future, bhavat, present, bhavat svakale. Bhavat means the present is in the present. Svakale means present will be in the present. I mean, it is in its own time. Past is in present, future is in present, and present in present. That's what it wants to convey. Svakale bhavat means present is its own time. Tad vartamanasya vihaya tattvam, hasyana kim syat gata bhavi charcha. Gata, which has gone, bhavi, which is going to come, future. Hasyana kim syat. This charcha of a future and charcha of a past, don't you think it's a mockery? Vinaika sankhyaam gananaiva loke, because you are all the time in the present. You talk about the past, etc., and you talk about future, etc. Well, basically, without remaining in present, how can you talk about the past? But Swamiji, there was a past, but you are thinking right now, sir, about the past. When the past was there 25 years ago, what the particular day you are talking to me right now, an incident, that moment was a present for you at that time. You are talking it as a past. The past is a relative thing. If you are not in present, there is no past. You cannot even think of future. Please understand this. You cannot think of future at all unless you are in present. If you say, Swamiji, there is no present, only future. Try to show me the concept of future without being in present. Will not be. Not possible. But there is going to be future. I am 10 years after that also I am going to meet you. Fine. But at that moment it will be present. And right now you say about future, then you are in present already. So present is, without present no one can speak about past and future. Then there is really speaking there are no 3 times. Past and future, if they cannot exist independently without present, then present is the truth of the time. Then Vinaika Sankhyaam Gananaiva Loke. Vina Eka Sankhyaam Ganana Loke. The people, Loke means in this world, in a daily parlance, people are talking about past and future and all that. That is like, that should be a mockery of this all. Why? Because Vina Eka Sankhyaam Ganana. Without one you are counting all these zeros. That is how it is. This past and future are the zeros, without present, that is one. If there is now not one, in the front, that is not there to begin with, then after you put all the zeros of past and future, that has no value. Vinayaka Sankhyaam Gadanaiva Loke. So Gata Bhavi Charcha Hasya na Kim Syat. Gata and Bhavi Charcha, the discussion about the past and future and all, is like this. So what is really the time is present. Now that also is a myth. Past, future is a myth. Then come the present is the truth of all this past and future, and now present also is a myth. We'll see that. So the present means current, and in language the present is shown as a present tense. But really speaking, for objects you use a present tense, they are not in present. They are not in present. It is therefore we say present also is a kalpita. I will start the example with a star. You see, in the universe there are all stars, and we are able to see through our naked eyes also. And we use a present tense when we see. I see a star, right? I see a star in a night, of course. I see a star. And suppose a star is a self-illumining star, like our sun. A self-illumining star, and then definitely you can see the star when the light from that, which is a self-illumining, but light from that star comes and contact with my eye. Now you know how much time it takes. How much time it takes? Light, to travel the light. They consider for a universe there is a different way of counting. That's called light year. Light year means the distance covered by the light in 1 year. That's a light year. How much distance it has covered in 1 year? My God. 1,86,000 miles per second. That's the speed of light. So in 1 second it can cover 1,86,000 miles. So then in 1 year how much? 1 second in 1,86,000 miles. And therefore that star is, or the distance is measured in light year. The light year means the self-illumining star has, the beam of light has come out of it, and it is coming to the earth and it is reaching to my eye. But that light takes this many number of years to come to you. And therefore, let's say the present, at this moment the beam is coming to you. And when it comes to you, sir, you won't be there. You won't be there. You won't be there because it is going to take it is going to take 12 billion light years. So by the time it comes here, 12 billion light years, the light year means the distance covered by light. So it takes here, after billions of years it will come here, by the time you are gone. So right now, whatever the star is there, whatever form, whatever kind of star is there, that star, what is right now the status? What is the current status of that star? When it comes here through the light to reach you, well, by the time you are gone, and still you are saying that I am seeing a star. Means then what star you are seeing, What's the star which you are seeing right now is of 12 billion years ago, because the light must have traveled this many kilometers, this many miles to reach to you. So what you are seeing right now, that star is of 12 billion years ago. And what is current status of that star is that beam has emerged from it. Well, it is going to take 12 billion light years again, and by the time you are gone. So you are seeing the sun, you are seeing that star which was of the past and of a great past. Great past means the condition of the star which was there before 12 billion years ago, that you are seeing right now. it is possible that that particular star must have burst also at this moment. But still you are able to see, because the light which has emerged 12 billion years ago, that is coming to you and you are seeing it. Only, so therefore still you are seeing the sun, or you are seeing the star of the past, still you are using a present tense. I see a star. In fact, you are seeing me right now. Swamiji, I am seeing you. I am seeing you. I see you, Swamiji. But even though it will not be those many years, but basically this is an opaque substance. This is not self-illuminating. The light falls on it, and the reflected light reaches to your eye. And that reflected light takes some time. May not be 12 billion years. It may take little time. Whatever the time it takes to reach to your eye, the reflected light. Well, by the time, I am little changed. The change is not noticeable, but I am changing all the time. The body is changing. And therefore, what you are seeing me is not exactly of this moment. You are seeing me of a little past. Real? Am I right? Can you understand that? And therefore, you imagine, you use present tense for all the things, thinking that they are currently of that state. Not at all. Not at all. You are all the time seeing something of past only. Maybe this particular change is not noticeable, but every moment the object is changing, that's for sure. When the change is noticeable, by the time some years passed away, oh, you have changed. Oh, you have changed, like that they say. But then daily if you are saying, moment to moment it is changing. Not that at the end of few years, at the last day of the few years, the person changes. Exactly in the night at 12 o'clock, after 10 years, the person changes. It's not so. Constantly changing. And definitely then you are seeing me that is of really not current. You are seeing me of a past. And then you should use a past tense. You never use a past tense. You use a present tense. Present tense itself is a kalpita. Itself is a kalpita. Anyway, this is one example. And then, the second example is, like, they use, see how the present is not present. That's what we are seeing. And let's say, Pujya Swamiji gives this example. She cooks, like you use a word, she cooks. Of course, at 8 o'clock, and you see that she is cooking. Then suppose you ask the person who is cooking. At 8 o'clock you ask. She says, I cook right now. Okay. 9 o'clock, I cook right now. 9:30, I cook right now. Then you feel, what is happening? What is that? This is a particular dish which is going to take time for 1.5 years? No, it's not so. Few of the things have been already cooked. Rice is ready, dal is ready, this is ready, that is ready. Right now she may be cutting just vegetables, right? And some of the things she is going to prepare later, like especially roti, etc. They always do at the end. So some of the things are going to be cooked in future after some time. Some of the things are already cooked, and right now a particular thing she is cooking, but she never says. She uses one tense only, present tense. I cook, I cook, I cook, I cook. Already cooked, certain things are cooked, but still. So the present is not a pure present. It's always a mixture of past and future. Already few things are cooked. That's how even present also is basically a myth. But Swamiji, it doesn't, I am not able to swallow it. No problem. Now let's now decide. When you say the past and future also has a content as a truth only in present, fine. Okay, present means what? What is present? What is the length of time in present? You have to tell, because time means a length will be there. Length could be in terms of seconds, length could be in terms of hours, length could be in terms of minutes, length could be in terms of millennium, length could be in terms of yuga, length could be in terms of manvantara. Length could be in terms of a year. Length could be in terms of a 6 months. Length could be in terms of a month, a day, hour, minute, seconds. And in this age, it will be milliseconds, picoseconds, all. You have to specify. You say present, I am ready. Yes, it's present. Tell me, what is that present? Present minute, present hour, what is that? So when you say present, means definitely a length of time is involved. And so you must have a length of time. Present means, well, this present. Okay, so what is that? So then you start with the Manvantara, or you start with the, you can start with that Kalpa, entire life cycle, entire cycle of creation, that's called Kalpa. So you say the present means present Kalpa, that's how they do Sankalpa. While doing puja, they do Sankalpa, right? Shvetavaraha Kalpe, then Manvantare, etc., etc., etc. And then Chaturyuge, Asmin Chaturyuge. Asmin means this means present, current. So Asmin Manvantare, Asmin Chaturyuge, and then Kali Yuge, Prathama Pade, etc., etc. So they are all describing while doing what is the present time. They are describing in that Sankalpa. So that present, when I say present means a particular length of time, and then present millennium could be there. No, not present millennium. Because when you can't agree with me. When you say what is present, you say present millennium, present kalpa. Then I say in present kalpa many things have gone. Many years or many manvantaras have already gone. And many manvantaras are going to come. Then what is present? Oh, forget about the kalpa. Come to this. Because if that present will be there, length of time would be a kalpa. Length of time is a millennium. Then it is not pure present, sir. It is already past and future, both are involved. Both are involved in that. So you cannot tell that. So you come to kalpa. From kalpa you come to this manvantara. In a given kalpa there are many manvantaras. So right now we are in a Shvetvaraha kalpa. Vaivasvat Manvantara, Shvetvara Kalpa and this Vaivasvat Manvantara. So our Manu, the Prajapati of this creation is a Manu. So Vaivasvat Manvantara. And then, in Manvantara also there are many Chaturyugas, you have to specify, that becomes a present. Otherwise, many Manvantaras have gone and many Manvantaras are going to come. Because in a given Kalpa there are many Manvantaras. And therefore, you will have to specify. Then you will say, no, a particular Chaturyuga. There is a word for that which I have forgotten. So, if that particular Chaturyuga is going on, because of many Chaturyugas are there. So, that Chaturyuga is a present. In every time, one thing you have to add, by the way, which is parallelly there. Even if you say present Manvantara or present Kalpa, you say present Chaturyuga, you will have to tell consciousness which is there all the time, right? Present Chaturyuga is, consciousness is. That we are not going to disturb consciousness right now. And that is not going to be disturbed at all, even if you want to disturb it. But that is there all the time. Because that conscious being is trying to arrive at the presence. So consciousness is right there. We'll not disturb it right now, but let's come to the present now. And therefore, a length of time which is really called present, we want to arrive. A length of time which is really present. We are interested in truth of time. Truth of time is present, not past, not future. And then in present also there is a length of time. In that also we want to arrive at exactly the present. And well, we are in the process now. And therefore, ultimately, then you say, no. This, not even this, not a particular Chaturyuga, this Chaturyuga, particular Chaturyuga now. And then in that Chaturyuga also you say, I am in Kali Yuga. We are in Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, many padas are there. And therefore, you have to tell me, because some pada has gone, some pada is going to come. So you say, no, Prathama Pade. So some people say the Kali Yuga is, Kali Yuga is over now. And Satyuga is coming in. In India, already some of the, particular sampradaya, they are telling this. Satyuga is coming, Satyuga is coming, Satyuga is coming, don't worry. All our, agonies are going to end, all our agonies are going to end. But right now it is Prathama Pada. There are 4 padas of this Kali Yuga also. We are in Prathama Pada. So Prathama Pada of this Kali Yuga is the present. Oh, in that Prathama Pada also, because in Prathama Pada also so many number of years, right? So many number of years, and therefore some of the years have gone, some of the years are going to come. Then that cannot be included in present. Then you have to tell a particular year that is present, and then you arrive at a particular year, and that present year, let's say present year. Shashti Samvatsaranam Madhye, they call Shashti Samvatsaranam Madhye. And so after every 60 years of the cycle, it repeats, etc. Anyway, but the present year, let's say, in a present year. Okay, present year also is not a present, is not current, because some of the months have gone, some of the months are going to come. The present month is really the content of the present. Then present month also you will have to tell. Present fortnight is a content of the present. Then present tithi, present all present. Then definitely in that also present tithi means present hour you will have to tell. Present hour also will, if you further fragment, because you want to, why we are fragmenting and fragmenting, because we want to arrive at exactly a particular moment which is called the truth of the entire present, and then truth of the entire time. Because past, present has dissolved into present. In present also we are arriving at now what exactly is the truth of that present also. And well, definitely you are now try it. And therefore, basically a particular hour is a truth of the time. Consciousness is there all the time. Because I am telling you and you are also listening, and we are trying to arrive at, but ultimately without consciousness you cannot arrive at anything. That's so consciousness is right there. Consciousness is present hour is, right? Consciousness is without present hour is. And then you present hour also, well, present hour also so many minutes, and some of the minutes have gone. By the time I have spoken this, 2 minutes, 3 minutes have gone. Already it has become past. Some of the minutes are going to come. And therefore, present minute is, Swamiji, is the present. Then present minute also is many seconds. By the time you tell me, I tell you, so many seconds have also gone. Right? So present second, Swamiji, we have arrived at. Present second is the truth of the present, and thereby it's the truth of the entire time. Present second. Oh sir, present second also is divided into milliseconds, and then particular millisecond you have to tell me that's the truth. That's the most fundamental, the truth, most fundamental thing of building block of the entire time. And then present millisecond also is divided into picoseconds. Yeah, which picosecond is the truth of the time? No, Swamiji, let's further go. And particular picosecond is a truth of the time. That picosecond can be divided into picosecond. And ultimately it is all mathematics, understand? Later don't talk, we cannot talk. If we want to talk about the truth of the time, it will be all mathematical formulas. Yeah, it will be just mathematical formulas, nothing else. And all mathematical formulas are not there. They are all here. They are all here, mathematical formulas. Whole time. So solid time has come down to the level of concepts. And thereby you keep on dividing and dividing and dividing. Ultimately, where will you tell? No, Swamiji, we have reached now a particular, I am giving you name. May the scientist don't give the name. I am telling you, Ricosecond is a truth of the time. Well, that's the length of time. Yeah, that's the length of time of present. Any length of time can be further divided. Any length of time. If you can divide a second into millisecond, millisecond into picosecond, picosecond into ricosecond, that ricosecond my name. Ricosecond. That ricosecond also can be divided. We cannot divide as such physically, but definitely we can divide with the mathematical formulas. Still divide. Swamiji, these are all humbug stories. No, In electronics, they use this picosecond and milliseconds and all. That's a in fact very basis in the electronics. And therefore, scientists have discovered this picosecond is not my invention. I mean, any length of time is subject to further division. And so far as the length of time remains, underline this, so far as the length of time remains, till that you cannot arrive at the truth of the time. Because it will be further divided. It will be further divided. So you have not arrived at the truth. Truth means which you cannot further divide. Truth means something you cannot negate it further. That's all. That's truth. If you can negate millisecond and you can arrive at the picosecond, that shows that millisecond was not the truth. And picosecond also is now not the truth, because you can still further divide it with the help of mathematical formulas. And therefore, truth means abadhitam. Further you cannot divide. But so far as any length of time is concerned, remains, till then the division is possible. Length means division is there. And therefore length of time basically, definitely will be there. Until then you cannot arrive at the truth of the time. And so there is no length of time. If you want to go to the present, now there should not be the length of time. But time means length of time will be there. The moment you say time, you say anything starting from millennium to even pico or icosecond. Even if whatever the unit of time you are going to tell me, well, definitely it will be further divided. What to do then? What to do? So far as the length of time remains, till then you cannot arrive at the present. Then what is present? What is present? What is present? Please tell me, really. I'm asking you. So far as time is there, length of time will be there. Length of time is there, you cannot arrive at the present. From the present millennium, we have come down to the ricosecond to arrive at the present. Still we are not arriving at, because still there is a length of time. Whatever may be, mathematically possible, length of time. Still that is there. Then still you cannot arrive at the present. So then the truth of the present must be timeless. Am I right? The truth of the present is timeless. So far as time is there, you cannot arrive at the present. Then if you want to arrive at the truth of the present, and ultimately to the truth of the time, must be timeless. That's how I used to tell. The truth of the sound is soundless, silence. The truth of a form is formless. The truth of an attribute is attributeless. The truth of time is timeless. What is timeless? Swamiji, I have divided. Almost time is erased now, Swamiji. Who is present there, sir? Who is present? Who is telling almost time has gone? Who has started even when millennium was there? When we started, millennium is, consciousness is. When the time has almost erased, let's say that way, what is present to tell that almost time has erased? The very consciousness is there. Even when the time erases, even to arrive at the truth of the time, which is timeless. But what is that timeless? That consciousness which is present there. That is timeless. Could you follow what I am saying? The consciousness which is present, that is the time. So, kalatrayepi tishtati iti sat. In the three periods, what really exists is this consciousness. That is called sat. Their consciousness is chit, but basically chit is sat. Even because you see all the sound just erased. Sound goes. What remains there? Tell me. Who says that there is no sound now? That is right there. who knows that there is no sound. You cannot erase it. You can erase sound. You can erase time like this. You can arrive at almost a timeless thing. But there is a timelessness, there is the erasure of a time. Who is telling that? The consciousness is right there. And therefore consciousness is timeless. Consciousness is sound, silence, etc. We can arrive at. Any length of time is divisible. And till then you can arrive at the present. And therefore, basically, this is where we say the truth is basically timeless. So time is consciousness is, second is consciousness is, picosecond is consciousness is, ricosecond is consciousness is, mathematical formula is consciousness is. Almost now time is gone. Almost. The truth of time ultimately is timeless. And therefore, basically consciousness, and there is no length of time. So timelessness is called Sat. But Swamiji, it is not, definition is Kalatraya Pitishtati. Yeah, Kalatraya, past, present, future. The truth of the past, present, future. Kalatraya Pitishtati, which remains even in the 3 periods of time, which cannot be negated in 3 periods of time, is, or the truth of the time, is this timeless, and that is called Sat. So, and therefore, but Swamiji, time erases totally. Let's say that there is not even mathematical formula, and still consciousness is. How will you say? Suppose. How will you say? That there is no time, not even mathematical formula. Because still, Swamiji, that mathematical formula is remaining. That mathematical formula, now the truth of the time present is, in terms of mathematical formula. But mathematical formula is there, Swamiji. So that, and therefore you cannot tell just consciousness is. Totally time erased. Totally, not mathematical formula also. Still time remains. Still consciousness remains. How can you tell? Sir, your experience, it is not my experience. No, it is my experience also. You and me both experience every day. Total erasure of time. Not even mathematical formulas. 8 hours, 9 hours. Totally. So much that even after getting up, we are not aware of time sometimes. It is happening to me several days. Even I take a nap in the afternoon, sometimes I feel it is a night. It is happening to me. It is happening to me. Thank God that in night I have not woken up till today. That's bad. That's good. Otherwise, people may switch on the lights and they feel that it is morning 7 o'clock. It may be night 2 o'clock. That also may happen, but it has not happened. But in afternoon, it has happened several times for me. When I nap, I get a nap, and when I get up, I feel that, I have to take a class. And the class has gone or what? It's night now or what? Yeah. Total erasure of time. Who says that? Who has experienced that there is a total erasure of time? Can you erase it? Try to erase. Try to erase that which gets erased with the time. Try to erase it also. Then there is no experience. There is no sharing of experience. Right now I am sharing with you. The sharing of experience proves the very experiencer. The consciousness is right there, which is beyond time. That's timeless. So Kalatraya Pitishtati is past, present and future. The truth of the time, what is invariably present, which cannot be negated, in fact, is this timeless truth. And that is consciousness. And therefore, the Sat, which is timeless, is nothing but the Chit, consciousness. Chit is Sat, Sat is Chit. This is how we have to understand. And therefore, like that, then you can extend. Vedantis used to extend then without asking. Truth of flower, no flower. Truth of time, timeless. Truth of camera, no camera. What are you speaking? What do you mean by that? Yeah, truth of human body, no human body. That's the truth. That's the basis. Truth of the subtle body, no subtle body. Truth of mind, mindless. Truth of senses, senseless. Senseless. Oh, sorry. No senses, that's better. No senses. That's what the Brahman is. Consciousness is this which is free from the body, free from the senses, free from the prana, free from the time, free from the space. Everything. No time, no space, no objects, no attributes, no body, no mind, no everything. Still, consciousness shines in its own glory, covering everything, all the concepts of time. It may be a second or starting from millennium. All that was in consciousness. Without consciousness, there is no millennium. Millennium is, present millennium is. Consciousness is. Please understand this, time and consciousness has to be resolved thoroughly, because that is where the fearlessness is there, really speaking. Because I am on time bound, I am aged, I am this, I am subject to death, all these problems. I am aged itself brings a lot of fear. In fact, I am aged is a wrong statement. Is a wrong statement, frankly speaking, because it is just one continuous present. That's all. No division of past, future, etc. No division. When you say I am aged, means almost everything has become past for me. For me. It's not so. It's not so. And therefore, in fact, all the age and everything is just a myth. If time is a myth, what is time bound also is a myth. Nothing is time bound. The truth of every object is this timeless consciousness. Please understand this. And therefore, I am free from everything. That is what the asangatva means. Asangatva means, even though without consciousness you cannot prove anything. Everything exists in consciousness, non-separate from consciousness, but the consciousness is not that thing. Even the whole time exists in consciousness, but basically consciousness remains timeless. All the sounds exist in consciousness. Without consciousness, how will you prove there is a sound? All the sound exists in consciousness, but consciousness is silence. All the attributes exist in consciousness. Consciousness is free from attributes. All the bodies exist in consciousness, non-separate from consciousness. Even draw the existence also from consciousness, from self-existent consciousness, and draw shine on the account of consciousness. But the consciousness is not anybody, anything. Consciousness is free from entire universe. Entire universe has a basis in consciousness. Consciousness is free from universe. No attributes, no substance, nothing. And that is how it is. Anyway, Desha Kala Vastu Aparichinnam Brahma, that is called Sat in Chandogya. That is what it is. Desha Kala Vastu Aparichinnam. It is free from the space, free from the time, free from objects. So flower has a basis, the truth, in no flower. Sound has a basis in no sound, silence. Time has a basis in no time. It's timeless. That is how Desha Kala Vastu Aparichinnam, which cannot be limited by time, which cannot be limited in space, which cannot be limited in terms of an object. Well, because it is not an object, it is not a flower, it is not space, it is not this, it is not that, it is not the body. And therefore Desha Kala Vastu Aparichinnam is called Brahman. And that is the Sat. That is here in terms of Sat we are talking. So it is Purnam, whole, you can say. It is Purnam. So this is how we have seen this Sat. Now, okay, now let's go to Chit. Chit Kim Jnana Swarupaha. So we have just seen all that is there, even the whole time is erased. What is present there is this consciousness, and therefore there is just one presence which is there, which is we call Sat, which is beyond time, which is timeless, And that presence is nothing but this, or the Sat is nothing but this Jnana Swarupa. Sat means timeless. Sat means mere presence. That's all. Not present. Presence. Present is basically totally erased. Still that is present. So it is just by nature it is presence. That's all. When millennium, you talk about a present millenniums, there also it is present. And you talk about a picosecond, there also it is present. And therefore, basically even the time is erasing. That present is always present. That's consciousness, which is nothing but of the nature of presence. That's all. If anything which has a nature of presence, means time is not affecting it. Time doesn't affect it. If time affects, then the present becomes past. Right? Time, present becomes past. But this is merely presence. Just presence. When the time is erasing even, that is there all the time. That presence is called Sat, or timeless is called Sat. Anyway, and that Sat alone is what? We have already seen, but here it is said again. Jnana Swarupaha, that is the consciousness that is there. Well, so without being Chit, there is no Sat. What is that Sat? But what is that presence? What is that presence? Consciousness. That is Chit. So Sat alone is this Chit. So reality of time is Sat, and that Sat is nothing but this consciousness. And so Chit is Sat, Sat is Chit, and that alone is akalpitam. Consciousness is akalpitam. Other than that, present, kalpitam. Past, kalpitam. Future, kalpitam. Because past and future, we have seen that there is no past without being a present. There is no future without being present. And therefore, past and future has resolved into present. They were kalpitam. And then present also length of time. Length of time, we keep on dividing and dividing and dividing. Everything was proved as a kalpitam. Because any length of time is not present, because it has a component of past and future. What is present, we cannot arrive at. And particular picosecond is also, you cannot call it present as a most building block of the entire present. You cannot arrive at it. And therefore, if it is still available, if it has a length of time, whatever may be the length of time may be picosecond, unit of time may be a picosecond, still it is available for division. Till then you cannot arrive at the present, and therefore basically whole present is kalpitam. Whole present is kalpitam. And what is past, present and future, all are kalpitam. What is in the past also is kalpitam. What is present, what is in present also is kalpitam. And what is in the future also is kalpitam. Basically there is one thing which is akalpitam, which is not kalpitam. Kalpitam means imagined, mithya. And that is consciousness. Whatever, past, consciousness. Future, consciousness. Present, consciousness. Consciousness, consciousness, consciousness. Consciousness alone is present all the time. Therefore, that is not akalpitam. That is not kalpitam. That is called akalpitam. Akalpitam means satya. So time is kalpitam, space is kalpitam. In time, space, whatever is there, pot, etc. is kalpitam, clay is kalpitam. Anyway, we are going to do that. Clay is also kalpitam, nucleus kalpitam, atom is kalpitam, everything. Keep on adding. Add any object, it's kalpitam. And therefore ultimately all observed things are kalpitam. The observer is also kalpitam. You are saying the observer is not kalpitam, it's a consciousness, and consciousness is not kalpitam. Yeah, that's correct, but observer is kalpitam. Because all observed things are not there. There is no observer also. Then there is no observer means it's shunyam. There is no. The observer resolves into in its source. Observer resolves into its source, and observer is a conscious entity, conscious being. Conscious being resolves into what? Resolves into consciousness. That's how. From the consciousness is there as a truth of the conscious being is consciousness is the truth of the conscious being. And therefore, without consciousness, how can a conscious being can arise? So even observer, which is a conscious entity, basically is his truth, his atma, his basis is nothing but the consciousness. So that which is content of the observer is akalpitam. Right? And so consciousness is akalpitam. That's how somebody was asking, Swamiji, I can understand I am a conscious being. But what is, this I am not able to appreciate, I am consciousness. I am not able to appreciate, I am consciousness. So earlier the question was, I am consciousness, I am not able to appreciate. Then I said the consciousness is nothing but the you. They said, no, that cannot be. I am not all pervading. Then I said, who are you? Then he says, I am a conscious being. Because if he cannot say that I am consciousness, then he has to tell he is inert. But that is, he is not ready to tell. And therefore he says, I am a conscious being. He has to tell that much. Then I said, the conscious being, the truth of that conscious being, that is you, is nothing but add ness in that. That's all. Add ness. That is the truth of it. That's the truth of it. Without you being consciousness in reality, you cannot be a conscious being. Conscious being has definitely a, if you say I am a knower, well, the knower resolves into knowledge. That's all. Knower resolves into knowledge. From the knowledge alone, knower arises. Otherwise, what is the source of knower? What is the source of knowerhood? Source of knowerhood must be knowledge. That knowledge is called consciousness. So even if you cannot appreciate conscious being and consciousness, take it this way. Knower, knowledge. That's how it is. Anyway, so jnanam. Basically, jnanam is my nature. That's what it is said here. Jnana swarupa. Jnana swarupa. Chitkim jnana swarupa. What cannot exist without, being something else is kalpitam. What cannot exist without being something else is kalpitam. And therefore, the desk on which you are writing something, well, that desk cannot exist without being wood. And therefore, desk is kalpitam. And then wood is satyam, akalpitam. And then wood also is basically kalpitam. And then pulp. Or maybe something else, let us say. Some material. Wood also must be some material. That material is satyam. And the wood is kalpitam. And then ultimately, we know this much, atoms and molecules. That nobody denies. Okay. So molecules are kalpitam. That substance is kalpitam. Then molecule is also kalpitam. Atoms is akalpitam. Atoms is kalpitam. Subatomic particles is akalpitam. And so go on and on. Energy is akalpitam. Particle is kalpitam. This is how it is. And therefore, kalpitam means which cannot exist without being something else is kalpitam. We have seen that actually we are all this because we have to use another new words. Otherwise, you feel this he is pushing. What is that? He is moving. He doesn't move forward. Swami should move forward. He constantly goes around and around this satyam and mithya and satyam. So now instead of mithya, some kalpitam. So you feel it's something new has come. There is nothing new. Vedanta means there is nothing new. After years also it is not new. Any book you pick up also there is only one thing. Satyam mithya, satyam mithya. There is nothing else to talk about. Why so much emphasis on this satyam mithya? Because the whole problem is not understanding satyam mithya only. And even after years of study also this satyam mithya remains vague. And that is why it takes time to assimilate what is mithya, what is kalpitam and what is akalpitam, satyam. It takes time. And therefore, from varieties of the angles, they keep on talking about the same thing. Anyway, and therefore, anything which you take, well, it cannot be without, being something else. And therefore, we call it as a kalpitam. And therefore, entire universe, ultimately entire universe is kalpitam. Anyway, and further we will see tomorrow now. And I think I will have to give you one meditation. Yeah. Mentally see the physical body. Your body seated as it is. You see the physical body, your body, seated as it is. The eyes closed. The nose, the mouth, the neck, the shoulders, the hands, the fingers, the legs, the feet, the face, the whole body, the piece of cloth on me. I see as it is. Mentally see the physical body seated here as it is, which is not you. Similarly, see someone else's body as it is, which is not you. I see my body. When I see my body distinctly, my body goes. It becomes this body. I see this body as I see that body. I hear the sound of car. I am aware of this sound. I don't react to this sound. Neither do I wait for this sound. Nor when they come do I resist them. Neither do I have a like raga for it. Nor do I have an aversion, dvesha, for the same. This is the mind free from likes and dislikes. If I can keep my mind to this sound in this place, I can have the mind the same way through all other forms of experience, events. Let things happen. What is in superstore? I don't know. Nor do I bother to know it. I am conscious silence. I am conscious silence. Even these words of Swami do not disturb. Silence. I. They come and disappear in silence. I am consciousness, silence. See the meaning without a word. I am consciousness, silence. Silence. I am silence. 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 Oh.